Hey everybody, this is Zemanon, coach of the Detroit Solgaleo, bringing you my Week 2 battle in the LDL Evolution League. We're going up against Christian and the Cinder Silvally. So you can see the team of 6 that we each brought to this matchup here. But honestly, I'll read off his whole team. He had Mew, Mimikyu, Shaman, Registeel, Talonflame, Cryogonal, Mega Beedrill, Melodic, Flygon, Umbreon, and Luxray. So, completely honestly, I felt like I had a bad matchup. I really did not know what to bring into which situations. The Mega Beedrill is just so good. Flygon, I really didn't have that great of answers in my opinion. And if you can notice, I did not bring Rain this time. I didn't bring Pelipper Swampert. And that's because of a Pokemon that he ended up not even bringing in Cryogonal. I was very worried about Cryogonal because he hits both Pelipper and Swampert 4 times super effectively with a freeze dry. So looking back on it now, I probably should have brought Rain here. Maybe I could have got rid of the Nidoking and Excelgor or something like that. But at the time, I was very worried about the freeze dry into those Pokemon, like Cryogonal has 105 speed, so it obviously outspeed the Pelipper, and then I'd have to be in Rain in order to outspeed with the Swampert. So, and of course he brought Shaman too, which would be a grass type into Mega Swampert too. So I just didn't think it was the best time to bring my Megas here. Obviously, I might regret that. But yeah, besides that, the Incineroar, I went with another Pinchberry. I was actually debating leftovers, and that might have helped a little bit. I didn't have as much bulk as I did last week. I had more offensive pressure on it. Machamp, I had Assault Vest, and I was hoping for Scald Burns, honestly, so I could get the Guts boost, because that would have been really huge in this match. Just a simple Zero Aura set. Fake Out, Volt Switch, Plasma Fist, and Close Combat. And then Celebi is my Z-Move user. Mimikyu is his Z-Move user, in Christian Z-Move user also. I didn't really know what type of Celebi to run, honestly. I didn't know if I should go bulky, if I should go fast. I did go bulky on it. But I don't know if that was the right play or not. Because my other Z-Move user was Diancie, and I didn't know how Diancie would fare in this matchup either. So I just picked my poison, and I thought Celebi would be better than Diancie. Excelgor, I opted not to go for the speed boosting nature on Excelgor, and I made him very supportive, not really there for sweeping potential or anything. He had spikes and toxic and things, but I didn't go for a speed boosting nature, because I didn't want to sweat the Mega Beedrill speed tie. I didn't, it seemed like everything else in this team I comfortably outsped. I just didn't think it was worth it, honestly, because what was Excelgor even going to do to the Beedrill anyway with the Bug Buzz? That was just my thought process on that. And then my Nidoking was the last Pokemon I brought onto the team, but I thought it did pretty well. It's a Choice Scarf. So, I learned this week that Choice Scarf sure does not do as much damage as you would like compared to the Life Orb version of it. But I thought I needed the Choice Scarf so I could outspeed his Flygon and hit it with an Ice Beam. So I will also say that this last weekend was kind of rough for me. I was down in Dallas for a regional tournament. I was casting the VGC regional championships, and it was pretty stressful leading up to leaving for the weekend. I wasn't able to get any matches set, so I was kind of on the run, trying the moment I found Wi-Fi on Sunday night. Very distracted. I played a match in my other league too. So it's not an excuse. I don't want anyone to think I'm excusing for anything. It's just an explanation of some of the decisions that I made and some of the disappointment I have in myself in this match that you're gonna see. Is that I really was thoroughly distracted and not able to pay attention as well as I could, and that is especially after my first match, because this was my second match back to back, where I was just trying to bang it out as quick as I could. while I had Wi-Fi at the time. So hopefully we don't run into that situation any other times throughout the season. But for now, let's just get started. I pretty much assumed he was going to lead Mega Beedrill. A lot of Beedrill players do just lead Beedrill and go for a strong U-turn. So I went into my Incineroar as the lead. I thought that was the best option. I didn't think he was going to lead Flygon or Melodic or anything like that. I also wanted to know what type of Melodic it was. So was it going to be a bulky kind? Was it going to be a competitive boost because I have Incineroar, or was it going to be the Marvel scale? So thankfully for me, Christian does lead his Mega Beedrill here. And with Incineroar, U-turn is only a neutral hit. I can fake out it. I also have double fake out this week with Incineroar and Zeraora, just because I need to get every little bit of relevant chip off onto the Mega Beedrill as I can. So right now we're going to have the Intimidate, and then of course he's going to Mega Evolve. So Mega Beedrill only has 40 defense, so even when you're hitting it with a fake out, it still does a lot of damage. And I do apologize. There seems to be a little bit of stuttering on my computer. This is the first time I'm using these new images, and I think for the teams, and I think that might be slowing down my computer. So I'll see what I can do about that in the future. But just for now, we're gonna have to deal with it. So I knew Melodic was coming in here, so I went for the knockoff to see what object it was or item, and it was a Flame Orb. So I knew he was not competitive. I could switch in Incineroar later on to it. Here is where I was fishing, as it looks like it's trying. My screen is a little lagging for you, so I'll explain everything to you again. I'm really sorry. I switched into Machamp expecting a Scald, because I want the Scald burn, but instead Melodic recovers, and that was a really nice play on his end, because if he gave me that burn and my Guts boost, this would have been completely different. I knock off expecting anything to come in, turns out to be the Mimikyu. I already know Mimikyu is a Z-move user, so it's not a surprise when this knockoff doesn't knock off any item. Now, Bullet Punch is supposed to do well over 50% to the Mimikyu in my calcs, and it doesn't. It does less than that. So I'm assuming this is a bulky Mimikyu, and that's the only reason I was able to take that hit, because if he was fully invested, then Play Rough one-shots Machamp. But he does reveal the Shadow Sneak here too, so it's, we both went for the priority moves, and obviously Mimikyu is faster there, so Machamp has been knocked out. Now I bring in my Choice Scarf Nidoking, and he's going to switch out into his Flygon. This, I really should have called the Ice Beam here. I should have called Flygon switching in. I knew something was going to switch in. I thought it was going to be Registeel, and I was afraid. And I was like, well, okay, I guess Sludge Bomb will, even if it's immune, I can just switch out and see what happens. But no, he goes into the Flygon, and I have no answers for the Flygon. I thought he was going to Earthquake. Celebi's the best against an Earthquake, but instead he goes for a U-turn. Now, this is going to be important later on with Flygon, because he just keeps coming in and out, U-turning with Beedrill and with the Flygon. So I completely had missed at one turn in this match. I thought Flygon went for a Dragon Dance and switched out. So I did not think he was Choice Scarf, and it turns out he is Choice Scarf, and we're going to see that later on. But so that was another misplay on my end, or a misunderstanding, because I didn't have my full attention to the match, that I did not think he was Choice Scarf. So I'm going to fake out here, as I took just enough damage, of course, not for my berry to not activate on Incineroar from the U-turn, which will hurt us later on. And then the Flygon comes in, and he'll just keep U-turning again. That still does a lot to my Excelgor here. Now, on this turn, I could have... I think, this was a really gutsy play from Christian, because he could have ate a Sludge Bomb from Excelgor. So instead, he goes for the Shadow Sneak, and then I went for Spikes because he was switching around so much, and I needed every little bit of chip on Beedrill as I could, where I should have went for an attack. I could have went for Bug Buzz. Now, on this turn right here, I'm expecting, if I switch out and he Shadow Sneaks, that should put me into berry range, and that would give my Incineroar another 50%. And what a god! Christian, on the turn where he could have ate a sludge bomb potentially from Excelgor, goes for Swords Dance with the Mimikyu. So and I have to switch out now, and I'm gonna sacrifice my my Excelgor. It'll show up for you eventually, I promise. Yeah, I really do apologize for what is going on with this here. So yeah, Excelgor is down. Now we're back into the Nidoking. This is an obvious switch out for him into the Registeel. But last time he switched into the Flygon, right? So I wasn't expecting the Registeel to I wasn't expecting the Registeel to come in this turn, and of course the Sludge Bomb is immune, and there's nothing I can do about it. I am I have to switch out here. There's no way I can hit the Registeel. In comes my Celebi, and he doubles actually into the Flygon. So a very nice call from him. And at this point, I knew there was nothing I can do. I clicked Gracium Z, but I knew this ×4 super effective U-turn was going to knock me out. So I wasn't sweating it. There was nothing that Celebi could do there, unless I went Scarfed and also tried to match the speed tie or whatever. So now we're down 6-3, and I'm really not in the best spot like, psychologically right now. I get a little spikes damage onto the Beedrill, but out comes my Zeraora. I got to see who he was going into first since he had the U-turn knockout. I'm gonna fake out to bring it down even lower, and then I'm gonna switch out again. I knew a potential drill run would be coming into that slot. I thought Zeraora was more important with the fake out pressure, and I just decided to sacrifice the Nidoking here, knocking it out. So we're now down 6-2, and like I'm just getting more and more increasingly disappointed in myself, to be honest. He gets the attack boost thanks to the Fell Stinger, but it's not going to really matter because my Incineroar comes back out, and I'm going to fake out. And I do wonder actually why he didn't switch out Beedrill just for the differential. Honestly, I mean this game is wrapped up, so the fact that he let me knock out the Beedrill was very interesting to me here with that fake out. He could have switched it out into Registeel or into Melodic's full health. We never even saw Shaman in this match, so here's the choice. Here's the choice scarf Earthquake. So he does something very interesting again this turn, where at this point I still didn't think he was Choice Scarf. It's not until he knocks out my Zeraora that I think he is, or that I now find out that he is. So let me get rid of Incineroar. So he switches it out, which would be like a telltale sign that you are not faster than Zeraora, right? And then here's my fake out that goes into Mimikyu. So obviously another great switch on Christian's end. He only takes spikes damage. But then the Shadow Sneak is not enough to knock me out, so I can Plasma Fist for my second knockout of the game. Another questionable turn there, because if you are Choice Scarf, well, fake out and Earthquake is going to knock out my Zeraora. So I was very confused as to why he did that and lost the differential on his side, because he very well, like, legitimately could have had a 6-0 sweep in this matchup. And maybe he didn't want to go for it because it was risky. Maybe he thought my Zeraora was Scarfed, and I was going to have a Scarf HP Ice or something like that. But for now, Zeraora goes down, and we lose to Christian 4-0. So this is a lot worse of a matchup than we had last week. Last week we lost 2-0, and like it was so close. Like if we woke up on one turn of sleep early, if we got one hit of damage off, we probably would have won that match. But this one was just no shot, and I'm very disappointed in myself. I understand the circumstances surrounding it, though. Like it was really difficult trying to schedule this while I'm at a big tournament. Like it was, so it was just a whole unfortunate all the way around. And again, not an excuse, just an explanation of what happened this weekend. And I take no credit away from Christian or in my other league, that match that I also lost when I played them back to back. Absolutely no credit away from them. Christian played really well, made a gutsy Swords Dance on the obvious Shadow Sneak turn. The Scarf Flygon was a nice call. unfortunately, we didn't even get to see what the Shaman did, and he also made a nice turn where he recovered on the Melodic, where he could have scalded and gave me a Scald Burn, and that definitely would have changed things because Mimikyu gets destroyed by a guts boosted Machamp Bullet Punch. So that definitely Christian did play very well, and he absolutely deserved the victory. I just hope next week when we have whenever my next match is, I can be in a stable environment where I'm able to think clearly and not being rushed or anything like that. And it should, hopefully for a while, we should have that situation. But again, congratulations to Christian. We are 0-2 right now with a differential of -6. I'm not too sure. I might have to switch some things up within the league. Like I'm not really feeling Celebi right now. Maybe there's another tier 2 I can draft in its place. We'll see what happens, but I don't know. We just got to move on to the next week, right? There's really nothing we can do here. Just try to live and learn from it. At least Zeraora got a kill, which I guess I'll take. Then that's one bright spot in this matchup is that Zeraora got that kill. But for now, thank you all for watching this week. I'll make sure to get my week 3 battle to you as soon as I can. Upload it to YouTube, and if you would like, you can subscribe to our channel here. I would very much appreciate it, just so you can stay up to date when we have all of our matches here in the LDL Evolution League. And for now, this is Zemanon and this is Zemanon and the Detroit Solgaleo signing off. We will see you next time.